first of all, they're also coming off a loss, but it was a worse loss than UNC. They didn't make the finals. They were eliminated earlier by Mississippi State. And keep in mind, they'd lost the game before that against Kentucky to finish the regular season. So we have a quality team, one of the best teams in the country, coming out off back-to-back straight-up losses as 8 and 9.5-point favorites. Focus spot because of that. And then look who they're playing. It's St. Peter's, a team that's the only 15 seed ever to make a run. Basically, I believe it was the Elite Eight, not only the Sweet 16. I think it was the Elite Eight a couple years ago. So it's a name team, so you can say, hey, look, this team made it a couple years ago. It's just got motivation written all over it, a team that's in a focus spot. And here again, I think they can take advantage of a pretty weak offensive team in St. Peter's. We talked about Wagner playing slow, being the worst offensive team in the nation. Well, St. Peter's also plays extremely slow, 338th tempo, but they're only 306 on offense. So yes, if they slow this down, it concerns me. Maybe they stay within the number, and that's why I didn't make my best bet card. But still, if you're going to play it, the only way is to lay it. And the other problem with teams like Wagner and St. Peter's, when they get behind, and we talk about this in college football, when you want to lay big numbers in college football, you don't want backdoor cover potential. Well, when they slow down half-court team, it's like an option football team, right? When they get behind, now they're out of their element. They have to chase, and they don't have the offense to do so. So I think the floodgates could open in both the UNC and this Tennessee game as well.
So Rick Barnes, how do we say this politely? He's been awful in March Madness, repeatedly awful with multiple teams. If you look, I saw something, Rick Barnes' point spread record by month. It's incredible. Every November, he's a great point spread coach. Every March, he's in the 30% range long term. St. Peter's made the Elite Eight, and they won a few years back, and they won the MAAC tournament this year because they're really good at taking teams that want to run and slowing them down. Isn't this a bad matchup for Tennessee? Are you comfortable laying this price with this coach against a team that's shown they can slow good teams down?
Yeah, one of the reasons I'm a little more comfortable, Teddy, is that Tennessee's actually been able to speed up the inferior teams. I know they didn't play many of them, probably didn't play a team as slow as St. Peter's, but they were able to somewhat dictate their tempo. And Tennessee is a really good defensive team. They're a top 3 defensive team in my ratings. And yes, they do play faster this year, but I still think they're capable of playing well in the half court. And you look at some of the bottom feeders they played this year, they held them routinely to the low 50, even 40-point range. So I think they could shut down a really bad St. Peter's offense. But yeah, the slow pace is a concern when laying this number. Bigger point, though, with Rick Barnes, I released my bracket to everybody at wagertalk.com, all my clients. And by the way, it's still available. If you sign up for a direct subscription this week, you'll get the bracket as 7 first-round upsets for today and tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. It is still available for sale by whether if you want just the bracket. But I have Colorado State in the Sweet 16. In fact, I had them before they even won Tuesday over Virginia because I thought they'd win that game. And I always like to play a play-in team because half of those teams, including Fairleigh Dickinson, usually win another game in the round of 64. So if they can get by Texas, which is a tough matchup, and I think it could almost be a toss-up, but I think CSU definitely could give Tennessee, and Texas could give Tennessee trouble as well. I agree. Barnes overrated. Painter, 1-14 in the Big Ten tournament the last few years. Double-digit seed has knocked out Purdue 3 straight times. So yeah, Barnes and Painter are 2 teams, 2 coaches I do not have going far. With that said, though, I think talent-wise they can take care of St. Peter's.